Hey there. Can we talk for a second? Not about the weather or what's for dinner, but about your feet. Yes, your feet. You've walked thousands of miles in your life. Through work, family life, vacations, weddings, rainy days, long lines at the grocery store, and, let's be honest, a few trips to the fridge at midnight. Your feet have been loyal. But now, in retirement, they're starting to talk back, and not in a nice way. Maybe it's a dull ache in the morning. Maybe your heels feel like someone stuck a pebble in your sock. Maybe you've just accepted that feet hurt after 60 is part of life. But here's the truth, it doesn't have to be that way. Most people spend more time picking out socks than they do thinking about foot health. That ends now. Because if you want to enjoy retirement, really enjoy it, your feet need a little TLC. Whether it's gardening, walking the dog, dancing at your granddaughter's wedding, or just strolling pain-free through the park, it starts at the bottom. Okay, be honest, when was the last time you really looked at your shoes? Not just glanced, looked. Turned them over. Checked the soles. Gave them a good once-over. For most of us, it's been a while. But here's something nobody tells you. The wrong shoes can ruin your retirement. Sounds dramatic? Maybe. But it's true. Old shoes, flat shoes, narrow shoes, hard shoes, they all slowly sabotage your feet. You might not even notice it at first. A little stiffness in the morning. A sore spot by lunchtime. By the time dinner rolls around, you're kicking off those shoes with a groan, blaming old age. But here's the shocker, it's not your age, it's your shoes. Let me tell you a quick story. Martha, 67, recently retired, full of life, wanted to take daily walks around her neighborhood. She had the energy, the time, even the cute sun hat. But after just 10 minutes of walking, her heels burned and her knees ached. She figured, I guess this is what getting older feels like. Nope. It was her sneakers. They were 10 years old. The sole was worn flat. No arch support. No cushion. No shock absorption. And they were tight in all the wrong places. She switched to a pair of supportive walking shoes with proper arch support, roomy toe boxes, and heel padding. And guess what? No more pain. Now she walks 40 minutes a day, pain-free. So here's your homework. Go to your closet. Pull out your most worn shoes. Flip them over. Are the soles worn thin? Press on the arch area. Is there any cushion left? Are the insides flat and flimsy? If yes, it's time to say goodbye, your feet will thank you for it. So, you've peeked into your closet. Maybe even tossed out a few offenders, those old sandals knew their time was up. Now you're probably wondering, okay, what shoes should I be wearing? Great question. Because when you hit your 60s, the rules change. Your feet aren't the same as they were in your 30s. They've flattened a little. Maybe widened. Maybe your balance has shifted. And comfort? It's no longer a luxury, it's a requirement. So here they are, the 3 non-negotiables every shoe needs if you want to walk, stroll, dance, or even just stand without that painful grimace. 1. Arch support that actually supports you. This is the #1 game changer. When the arch of your foot isn't properly supported, the rest of your body pays the price: knees, hips, back. A good shoe will have built-in arch support that feels like your foot is being gently held in place, not like it's balancing on a brick. Tip: press your thumb into the arch area of the shoe. If it's soft and collapses, it's a no-go. 2. A wide, roomy toe box. No more squeezing your toes like they're sardines. As we age, bunions, hammertoes, and swelling become more common. Cramped shoes only make it worse. Look for a rounded toe shape that gives your feet space to spread naturally. It shouldn't feel tight, even at the end of the day. Bonus, roomier shoes also help your balance. No more wobbling on narrow soles. 3. Cushioning that feels like a cloud, not a board. Imagine stepping onto a soft yoga mat. Now that's what your heel and forefoot need. Good cushioning absorbs shock and reduces pressure on joints. Especially helpful if you walk on concrete or tile floors. Some shoes even have gel pads or memory foam soles for extra comfort. Trust me, your knees will notice the difference. Now, I know what you're thinking. But will I look like I'm wearing my grandma's gardening clogs? Not at all. These days, stylish and supportive can go hand in hand. More on that in a later part. Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how your feet start to ache even when you haven't done much walking? You're not out running marathons, just moving around the house, making a sandwich, folding laundry, putting the kettle on, and still, by the end of the day, your feet feel like they've been through a battlefield. You might be blaming your shoes, or your age. Or even the weather. But here's something most people never consider. It might be your floors. Yes, your very own floors. Tile. Hardwood. Laminate. Even beautiful marble, all of them have something in common: they're hard. Very hard. And your feet? They're not made to walk on stone. Back in the day, before polished hardwoods and fancy tile kitchens were the norm, homes had more carpet. More rugs. More padding underfoot. There was bounce, give, softness. These days, our homes are all about sleek surfaces. And while they look nice, they're not doing your feet any favors. Walking barefoot on hard floors puts direct pressure on your soles, your heels, and your joints with every single step. Over time, it adds up. Think of it like this. Hard floors don't absorb any impact, your body does. And that means your feet, ankles, knees, and even hips are working overtime just to keep you balanced and upright. No wonder you're tired by lunch. Try this the next time you're standing in your kitchen. Stand barefoot on your tile or hardwood floor. Close your eyes. Feel your feet. Do you notice how stiff your ankles are? How your heels press into the ground like a rock? Now, step onto a plush rug or thick carpet. Feel the difference. Your feet relax. Your body sways a little more naturally. That's what support and softness feel like, and your body craves it. A lot of folks, especially after retirement, enjoy walking barefoot or in socks around the house. It feels freeing, cozy even. But here's the catch: when you walk barefoot on hard floors day in and day out, you're removing the very cushion your feet desperately need. Over time, this can lead to plantar fasciitis, heel pain, fallen arches, sore knees, hip discomfort, poor balance, which increases your fall risk. And remember, the older we get, the less padding we naturally have in our heels. That's not just an old wives' tale, it's science. The fat pads on the bottoms of our feet start to thin out, leaving our bones and joints to absorb all the shock. Not fun. Yes, house shoes. Not slippers. Not flip-flops. Real, supportive shoes that you wear only inside your home. Think of them as your indoor tires, designed to protect your foundation on those hard, unforgiving floors. A good pair of house shoes should include white heavy checkmark arch support, white heavy checkmark heel cushioning, white heavy checkmark non-slip soles, white heavy checkmark breathable material, white heavy checkmark a snug but comfy fit. And no, they don't have to be clunky or ugly. These days, companies are making attractive, orthopedic-friendly house shoes that don't look like hospital gear. Some even look like stylish sneakers or clogs, but with all the padding and protection your feet need. Just imagine this: you roll out of bed, slip on your house shoes, and suddenly your feet feel hugged. Supported. Comfortable. No more cold tiles or hard planks waking your joints up with a jolt. Just smooth, soft steps from breakfast to bedtime. If buying new shoes isn't your style just yet, or you prefer to go barefoot, consider this simple trick. Invest in a few strategically placed anti-fatigue mats. You've probably seen these at places like cash registers or professional kitchens. They're the mats people stand on for hours, and they work. Place one at your kitchen sink, stove, bathroom vanity, laundry area. Anywhere you stand for more than a couple of minutes. That's a spot that deserves some cushion. These mats come in different sizes, colors, and thickness levels, and they can make a huge difference. Don't be surprised if your lower back and legs feel better, too. It's all connected. While we're on the topic, here's another smart move. Use area rugs, but use them wisely. Thick area rugs can add a much-needed buffer between your feet and hard floors. But be sure to use non-slip rug pads underneath to prevent sliding. Avoid rugs with curled-up corners, trip hazard. Choose rugs with some density, thin ones won't help much. And just like your shoes, rugs and mats wear out too. Check them regularly. If they've gone flat and floppy, it's time for a replacement. Let me tell you about George. He's 72, lives alone, and spent most of his time padding around his house barefoot, especially during the pandemic. Over time, he developed stabbing heel pain that made walking almost unbearable. He tried creams, stretches, even rolling his foot on frozen water bottles. Nothing worked. Then one day, his daughter gifted him a pair of house shoes, supportive, cushioned, and breathable. Within a week, George noticed a difference. Within a month, he was pain-free. Not because of magic. Just support where he needed it most. Let me ask you something personal. When was the last time you stretched your feet? Not your legs. Not your back. Not your arms. Your actual feet. If you just gave a blank stare or shrugged a little, you're not alone. Most people, especially after 60, never think to stretch their feet. But here's the secret, those 5 little toes, that stiff arch, and those hard-working heels need stretching just as much as the rest of your body. And the best part? It only takes 5 minutes a day, no gym, no fancy gear, no big routine. Every single day, your feet carry your full weight. They bend, push, pull, balance, and grip, even when you're just standing still. Over time, the muscles and tendons in your feet tighten up. And when they're tight, you feel it in the form of heel pain, achy arches, toe cramps, tension in the calves, and even back pain. Stretching improves flexibility, increases circulation, and helps break up stiffness that builds up in those small foot muscles we so often ignore. Think of it like this, if your car tires were stiff and rigid, the whole ride would feel rough. Your feet are the same way. Ready to show your feet some love? Grab a sturdy chair and let's go. Stretch 1, toe spread and squeeze. 1 minute. Sit comfortably with your feet flat on the floor. Now try to spread your toes as wide as they'll go, like they're waking up after a nap. Hold for 5 seconds, then relax. Now squeeze your toes inward like you're picking up a napkin. Hold again. Repeat 10 times. Backhand index pointing right. This helps improve toe flexibility and strengthens the small muscles between them. Especially helpful if you've been wearing tight shoes for years. Stretch 2, arch lift and lower. 1 minute. Keep your foot flat on the floor. Without curling your toes, try to lift the arch of your foot upward. Imagine creating a little dome under your sole. Hold for 5 seconds, then relax. Do this 10 times per foot. Backhand index pointing right. This targets the arch muscles, which are often weak in older adults. A strong arch equals better balance and less heel pain. Stretch 3, ankle rolls. 1 minute. Lift one foot off the ground and gently roll your ankle in slow circles. Do 10 clockwise, then 10 counterclockwise. Switch feet and repeat. Backhand index pointing right. Loosening your ankles improves blood flow, reduces stiffness, and can even prevent falls by improving mobility. Stretch 4, calf and heel stretch, wall or chair support. 1 minute. Stand behind a chair or next to a wall. Step 1 foot back, keeping the heel on the ground. Bend your front knee slightly until you feel a gentle stretch in the calf and Achilles tendon of the back leg. Hold for 20 seconds. Switch sides. Backhand index pointing right. Tight calves pull on the heel and contribute to plantar fasciitis. Loosening them helps relieve foot tension. Stretch 5, toe flex and point. 1 minute. While seated, lift one leg slightly off the floor. Point your toes like a ballerina, hold for 5 seconds. Then flex your toes back toward your shin, hold again. Repeat 10 times per foot. Backhand index pointing right. This encourages flexibility in the top of the foot and helps keep the entire foot structure limber. Want to take your foot relief to the next level? Grab a tennis ball, a frozen water bottle, or even a spiky massage ball. Sit down and slowly roll it under your foot from heel to toe. Apply gentle pressure, focusing on any sore spots. Do this for just 2 minutes per foot. It's like a mini foot massage, and it works wonders. People dealing with heel pain, arch discomfort, or tight feet often say this one trick changes everything. It breaks up tension, stimulates blood flow, and feels like a treat. Let's talk about what most people don't realize. If your feet are tight and stiff every day, that tension doesn't just stay in your feet. It creeps up your legs, into your knees, and even your hips. It affects how you walk, how you stand, and how you feel when you get out of bed. Neglecting your feet is like trying to play piano with frozen fingers. Nothing moves the way it should. But when you stretch them, even for just 5 minutes, everything starts to work in harmony again. It's like oiling the hinges of a squeaky door. Alice, 68, had been waking up every morning with stabbing heel pain. She dreaded getting out of bed. The first few steps were the worst, like walking on glass. Her doctor mentioned plantar fasciitis and suggested stretches. Alice was skeptical. Stretching my feet? I can barely touch my toes. But she gave it a try. 5 minutes a day, in her pajamas, right before breakfast. After 2 weeks, the stabbing pain was gone. It wasn't magic. It was just movement. Gentle, regular, consistent movement that let her feet finally breathe again. Now Alice stretches her feet while watching TV. Sometimes during phone calls. It's become part of her rhythm, and her body thanks her for it every single day. Here's the bottom line. Your feet aren't just tired, they're tight. They need more than rest. They need movement, love, and a little attention each day. 5 minutes. That's all it takes to. Heavy checkmark improve circulation. Heavy checkmark boost flexibility. Heavy checkmark ease pain. Heavy checkmark reduce tension. Heavy checkmark prevent future problems. And it doesn't cost a dime. You've taken care of everyone else in your life for so long. Now it's time to take care of the part of your body that's literally been carrying you through it all. Let's talk about something we don't like to admit, wobbling. Maybe it's while stepping out of bed. Or reaching for a glass in the cabinet. Or getting out of the car. That slight sway, that unsure footing, it sneaks up on us. And suddenly, we're avoiding stairs, uneven sidewalks, or even long walks, not because our legs are weak, but because our balance feels off. But here's the truth no one tells you. Your feet play a starring role in your balance. In fact, poor foot health is one of the top causes of falls after 60. When your feet are stiff, sore, or unstable, your entire posture shifts. Your knees overcompensate. Your hips tighten. Your back strains. It's like stacking books on a crooked shelf, it all starts to lean. So how do we fix it? Start from the ground up. White heavy checkmark wear shoes with strong soles and non-slip grip. White heavy checkmark. Do daily balance drills, like standing on one foot while brushing your teeth. White heavy checkmark. Use gentle toe and arch exercises to improve foot awareness. White heavy checkmark. Consider seeing a physical therapist for fall prevention training. A bonus tip. Try walking barefoot on soft, textured surfaces, like grass or sand. This naturally wakes up the tiny stabilizer muscles in your feet and helps your brain reconnect to your body's balance center. Because here's the goal, to move through life with confidence, not fear. Sometimes your feet just hurt. They're sore, swollen, tender. It feels like you've walked across the country, and all you did was go to the grocery store. Let's bring out the big guns, foot soaks, scrubs, and simple home relief. Start with a warm foot soak. Not hot, just warm enough to soothe. Bathtub basic healing soak. Warm water. Half a cup Epsom salts. 5 to 10 drops of lavender or peppermint oil, optional. Soak for 15 to 20 minutes. This calms inflammation, draws out toxins, and relaxes tight muscles. After soaking, give yourself a light massage. Focus on your arches, heels, and outer edges of your feet. Use a tennis ball or your thumbs, whatever feels good. You can even make a simple sugar and olive oil scrub to remove dry skin and improve circulation. Finish with a thick, unscented moisturizer or foot balm. If your heels crack often, try sleeping in cotton socks after applying lotion. It locks in moisture overnight. Caring for your feet isn't pampering, it's maintenance. You get your eyes checked. Your heart. Your teeth. But when was your last foot exam? Your feet are full of nerves, bones, blood vessels, and muscles. And after 60, they can be the first place health issues quietly show up, circulation problems, nerve damage, or even early signs of diabetes. Here's what to do. Man health workers see a podiatrist once a year, even if nothing hurts. Footprints. Get a circulation check, especially if you've had heart or vascular issues. Foot. Discuss any numbness, tingling, or temperature changes. If you have diabetes, foot care isn't optional, it's critical. Even small cuts or calluses can turn serious if unnoticed. Don't wait until something goes wrong. A quick checkup could catch something early, and keep you on your feet longer. Planning a trip. Whether it's across the country or just a weekend getaway, travel can be tough on feet. Long walks, tight shoes, airport lines, swelling from sitting, it adds up. Here's your travel checklist. Heavy checkmark compression socks for flights and long drives. Heavy checkmark break in shoes before your trip. Heavy checkmark pack moleskin or blister pads, trust me on this one. Heavy checkmark stretch your feet at rest stops or in flight. Heavy checkmark pack 2 pairs of shoes, switch halfway through the day to give different pressure points a break. And one big tip. Elevate your feet at night while traveling. A few pillows under your calves can reduce swelling and soreness. Travel should be joyful, not painful. With just a little planning, your feet can keep up with every adventure. So here we are, the final step in our 10-part journey. We've talked shoes, stretches, balance, baths, doctors, travel, but let's get to the heart of it. Why do your feet matter so much in retirement? Because freedom lives in your feet. The freedom to walk without pain. To explore a trail. To play with your grandkids. To stroll with a friend. To stand in the kitchen making your favorite pie without needing to sit down every 10 minutes. When your feet hurt, everything feels harder. You say no more. You sit more. You hesitate more. And slowly, life shrinks. But when your feet feel good, you say yes again. Yes to the museum trip. Yes to the weekend getaway. Yes to dancing in the kitchen when no one's looking. Happy feet aren't about vanity. They're about vitality. So here's your final reminder, treat your feet like they matter. Because they do. They always have. Blue Heart Stretch Daily. Blue Heart wear shoes that truly support you. Blue Heart check in with a foot doctor. Blue Heart pamper your feet like they've carried you through everything, because they have. You've got places to go and people to see. And now, you've got the feet to get you there.